Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute Christmas box. This is perfect for little tea lights or some chocolates or some jewellery or money. So it's just a really nice way to give a little Christmas present. Before I open it and show you how it opens and closes, I'm just going to show you the papers that I've used on here. So my little tabs along the top here are all the things I was going to buy and probably have bought in the catalogue this year. So this is in the Poinsettia Place Suite, and it's this here, the plush Poinsettia speciality paper. So you get 3 different designs, 2 sheets of each, and it's this Poinsettia one here that I'm using. So they've got a real luxurious feel to them. Let me just find one of the other designs I've got here. So this is the one with the holly, with the yeah, it's holly, and the berries on here. So obviously you can't really tell on film here, but it's slightly raised and it's got that little kind of flock feel on top of vellum. So really pretty, 12 by 12 sheets, like I say, 2 of each. So I'll go through the supplies here first to show you what you need, and then I'll open up the box and show you how it opens. So you'll need a piece of real red cardstock measuring 7 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. You need a thick piece of whisper white cardstock measuring 6 inches by 1 1/4 inches, and a piece of the flock vellum. And this measures 6 inches by 1 1/4 inches also, because we just want to layer that on top to get that look through. I didn't want to have this straight on top of the red because I didn't want to dull the effect of the paper. And I've also used here these little mistletoe pieces are from, that's the little owls, I just want to check what they're called. Have a hoot. It's this little die here, so Peek-a-Hoot dies. These 2 pieces here I've cut in the green foil here, and I really loved how they popped against that colour. In a set you get green foil, and you also get this red as well. So again, really lovely. So I'll pop those to one side, and then I'll show you how actually let me just show you how this opens. So you can slide this on and off. I haven't attached the mistletoe to that, and then you just open it here. So you can see you can pop your tea lights in or whatever you're going to fit in there, and then just slide this back on. A little tip for when you're putting this back on, make sure you don't put the ribbon too far down one of the corners, otherwise you won't be able to get it to slide back on. But there you go. Let's just pull it down to cover that, the ends of the mistletoe there. Okay, so scoring first. I'm going to bring in my scoreboard here. So along the short side, you're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, at 2 1/4, at 3, and then at 4 1/2 inches. And then you rotate it, and you're going to score at 3/4 of an inch and at 7 inches. So that's all the scoring done. So again, you could score several of these in advance and have them ready, just keep them flat, have them ready to put together, you know, when you want to make them. So I'm going to fold and just burnish all the score lines here. Okay, and then we need to do some cutting. So let's flip over to this side. So you can see here we've got 3 squares, 2 rectangles. So the rectangles you want to keep straight edges on. The squares we're going to notch into a little bit, but here we go. I'm going to show you where to cut. So cut up this first score line up to that score line there. And in fact, you're going to do this all the way along. So let's do that first before we do any notching. And the same on the other side. So just all of these straight up to the score line. Sorry if you heard a bang there, it's just my post arriving. Okay, so like I say, we're not going to do anything on those two rectangular tabs there, but on these square ones, we're just going to take a little edge, so a little triangle off each side. So I call them flower pots because you can see they end up in that kind of, oops, let's get rid of these. That's what you're taking off, so not a huge amount, and then they end up looking like a little flower pot here. I don't know what other people call them, but that's my little name for them. So again, just starting slightly in at the bottom here and going up to that top corner on all of these squares. And then same on the other side. And this just helps it close without, just going to take a little bit more off there, without any of the kind of edges poking up. Okay, so this is what you're left with. Okay, so I'm just trying to remember if I actually did this in your kits or not. If not, I apologise. I'm just going to put a little notch in for a kind of thumb mark. If I didn't do this, you could maybe cut a little triangle if you've got a punch at home. If not, don't worry, you can still open it quite easily. I just may have forgotten when I was doing the kits, and I'm really sorry. So I'm just going to center that and just take a little piece out of there. Okay, so this is going to be the lid, the piece with that. If you don't have that piece, if I didn't do that on your kit, then I'm really sorry, but then you can choose either end. So flip it over, and I'm going to use tear and tape at this point. Go ahead and use liquid glue if that's your preference. You just obviously need to let it dry and do each one as you go. So I'm going to show you on here where you need adhesive. So all of these tabs that we chopped into, so if you're using tear and tape, just use, you know, a couple of small pieces like this on each one just to make sure that it seals properly. So those are the 6 tabs you're going to put them on. You're not going to worry about this one round the front yet. We're going to work on these 4 here because this is going to be the base. So the base is going to fold up like this. So you want both sides of this sealed. The lid, you just want this one and this one free, okay? So let's just take off the backing of these 4 that are going to form the base. And then, like I said, so this straight line here is going to line up with this straight edge here. So just like that to create that lovely corner. And the same with this one. And then at the other end, exactly the same, straight line, a straight edge, straight line together. And this one as well. So there we go. So that's the base of your box. And then with this top one, just take this backing off, and that's just going to attach. The reason I haven't taken this off before is so that I don't get mixed up which ones were sticking down, because for the lid you do just want this top one to go in. So again, line that up and that one, and then they will just slide over the top like that to close. So like I say, if you want to cut something in here, even if it's just a little triangle or you have a different punch at home, that's fine. If not, it will still open perfectly fine without that. Right, so let's decorate. I'm trying to close that one. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and attach the vellum to the thick Whisper White piece. To do this, you're just going to use some glue. And I went on some of the pieces where there was the flocking. I wasn't sure if it would show through, possibly would on the vellum. So just a few pieces where you can see there's some of the flocking, and then it won't show through. It's hard to see when I'm not leant right over it where I'm putting this, but you can take more time. So, and like I say, this is just going to fit flush with this, or it should do. If it doesn't quite, then just trim a little off the end. So mine, I'm just going to trim a bit off. To be honest, it didn't really show, so it wouldn't matter just to leave it there. Okay, flip it over, and we're going to add some dimensionals on the back. So one in each corner. And then just a couple halfway down. You could add some more there if you want to. And then choose which way you want it up. I'm going to have a bit more of this flower design at the bottom, and then just center that on top of your box. It feels so lovely, really luxurious. Okay, we've got our pieces here of mistletoe, so I'm going to stick those down with a glue dot. I'm going to roll up the glue dot a bit actually, so I just take scissors or my take your pick tool. I'm just going to pop it under a piece where it's not going to show. Actually, you could stick it down here, that wouldn't show either. Pop your first one on, and then again with the second one, just roll this up a little bit so it doesn't show. And then this one overlaps. It's almost, so if you line the top, kind of top of the sprigs up, you'll see how that overlaps. So it doesn't actually offset too much, it just goes over like that. And then I've used some double stitched real red satin ribbon. Again, I just thought it looked really Christmassy, a bit of a luxurious feel again. So I'm going to cut about 10 inches. And then this is just going to tie around. So just sit it underneath and tie. This ties really beautifully. So you're just going to tie a double knot here. So you might need someone just to put their finger on that for you. So one knot. Oops, not playing ball. It's much easier if you've got someone else there to hold the ribbon down. Okay, that's not too bad. Like that. Obviously trim off the ends if you want to, just a little diagonal. So 1, 2. And then just to finish it off, I was thinking, what have I got that I could use to look like mistletoe berries? And then I remembered pearls, and I don't use these pearls very often, but they are actually just perfect for this. So a couple just on here as mistletoe berries, look very cute. And then I just wanted something down here as well, so I've taken a couple of the real red rhinestones and just dotted them on here, so just randomly like that. And there we go, there's your finished Christmas box, perfect for that last minute gift that you want to pop in. See you soon, bye.